do you think support is the best role for you now, or are you doing it so you can play LCS?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. I am playing support initially because it's the only way for me to play on a team that I think can win LCS and go to Worlds. It's just more important to me to make Worlds and win LCS than it is to play a certain role. I don't care so much about the glory of playing ADC role, like it's like the striker in football or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that important to me. So I am playing it for now because I want to win LCS and go to Worlds. But I do enjoy playing the role. It's a lot of fun for me. I never had this much fun playing the game recently, I think. So I'm enjoying it a lot. And even in the first week of scrims, it's just my joy of the game has been like reignited.
Yeah.
So it feels good to play.
Welcome back to the LCS. Makes me happy to see Zven happy. Same places, yeah, the two of you. We just need to slot Zven back in there. A quick word from Zven on his role swap, as we had him on the desk just last week after his first outing on the LCS stage. By all accounts, it's been a successful swap so far, Jat.
Yeah, undefeated so far. I was pleasantly surprised about how honest he was with the role swap, because a lot of times when people role swap, they'd be like, no, I've actually always really wanted to play support.
Right.
Zven, that's not him.
Yeah.
But that's actually, to me, a red flag attitude if it's not working. But he seems very skilled so far, which could just be a great thing.
Yeah, and for me, the way I'd see it is that the fact that he is willing to take the backseat so he could just be on a winning team, and he has full faith in this team, and they're starting to find success much faster than a lot of people would have expected, so that's coming out pretty well.
I think that also can be attributed to his attitude about the game, because yesterday we talked with Fudge about this, right? And he was like, yeah, you know, Zven came in and he's just like, guys, I'm going to be sprinting it. I just need to learn how this works.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really healthy attitude to have, because you're not always going to get it perfectly, right? And if you're worried about getting it perfectly, especially when you're role swapping, you're never going to learn what your limits are.
The first time I talked to Zven was way back when he was on Origin. It was actually like after the tournament. I'm just like, oh yeah, how did, you know, that series go for you? The dude literally talked for 15 minutes. And he detailed like, oh yeah, so in the laning phase, I picked Kog'Maw, I went this item because of this matchup. He just remembered everything that happened from laning phase to end of the whole series. So that type of mind, I think, can work for support.
Yeah, I don't think it's, or I've ever kept it a secret that he's absolutely one of my favorite pros to talk to one-on-one because of, things like that, his recall, but also just his drive, right? And to your point, Raz, like, that's the kind of thing you want to see, particularly from a veteran player, the ability to set that kind of individual ego aside.
Yes.
I'm still good enough to play ADC. Okay, that's not the point. The point is, how do you get to Worlds? How do you win the LCS? How do you ultimately, you know, achieve what you want to from a career standpoint? And that's what he's indexing towards. Now, he happens to not be the only person in this game who's done the marksman to support role swap.
There's
We've got someone who decided to do it a very long time ago in FlyQuest Aphromoo. Let's hear from him on Cloud9 and what role swapping has been like.
C9. So they got Zven now. I think Berserker's very good. Masters all the champions. I play with him in Champs Queue, you know, he's just smurfing all the time, you know, so I think he's very good. Zven, haven't played against him yet because they put their academy bot lane in, so it'll be my first time going up against him. But playing against Zven when he's on AD, he's always, you know, spamming the game a lot, mastering all of his champions, you know, knows the in and outs, what to build, when to base, how to play, positioning, all that stuff. So I don't think he's like mastered support yet. He's getting there, but he still, you know, has his strengths from playing AD carry, so it'll probably transfer over. Going from AD to support, it's kind of annoying at first, just because you were playing the AD carry, and then let's say your AD carry is like, it doesn't really play the style that you want to play. It's so annoying when you're support. So when me swapping over, that was me the whole time. Just so annoyed, like, bro, we could have just killed him there. Like, come on, man. Plays the champs that I played, that I was good at, and then let's say they're worse than you. You're like, holy shit, bro. Like, put me on the champion. Like, you know, I'll carry whatever. So that was the start of it. And also, you just pretty much learn you got to be more patient, because not a lot of people can handle, you know, being as aggressive, let's say, as you were, or let's say you get a different style where you're just a farmer, you know, and then you're playing with an AD carry that just wants to fight all the time, you know. It's like, you just got to make sure you match the style with like who you want to play with.
Nice.
I love that because
Nice.
I don't necessarily see Aphromoo as a person who's easily unnerved, right? But even in that, you can kind of, that's like maybe the most annoyed I've ever seen him.
He is
Is his
reliving
own
it.
recollection of how annoying it was.
9
to
years
swap.
ago.
9 years ago.
That's true.
I'm like, that is some visceral stuff right there.
Yeah, even in the interview that we had with Zven, where he was talking about like,
There it is.
I was like, oh, Berserker talking about his experiences. This is way back.
2012.
Wow.
Great.
Aphromoo was playing AD carry. And so there are so many highlights
Remember how
of his
Maokai was?
professional
Oh
play.
my goodness.
Let's not,
Stupid
yeah.
ultimate.
There are a lot of old
Salsa.
ultis.
Wow, this is
Man.
just a trip down.
This is
a nostalgia
This is
trip.
the true LCS 10.
The odd
content.
one.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of
Wings
teams.
of Death. I'm sorry, that was a lot. For me.
He's been through a lot of teams. I remember when he was on TSM Evo as a good example. Fear, Monomaniac. He's been through a lot when he was an AD carry. He was a top AD carry back then,
Yeah.
making that role swap.
But Emily, I think we should bring it back to the fact that with that role swap, Aphromoo has cemented himself as like the longest standing support the LCS has ever seen. And his ability to maintain, to sustain in his professional career, I think is something to be envied by many.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering how many fans even maybe knew that he was a role swapped AD carry, because I remember I used to watch his streams back in like 2011, 2012. But the big thing for him, I think, is that he understands the game really well, and whenever you pair him with a new AD carry, it seems like it happened with Johnsun at first, right? Like obviously they're reuniting now, but when Johnsun first came on as a rookie, Aphro was there to guide him, and this has been historically through his career, he's been really good at bringing up new ADs, and it could also be just due to his experience.
As I say, just even you isolate the double lift into Stixay years, right? There was some incredible success found alongside Aphromoo. Either way, they're looking for it again today against Cloud9, looking to hand Zven his very first loss in the sport position. While we head out to the arena, FlyQuest has another PSA, but this one's for our in-studio audience. So everybody, pay attention, check it out.
Hey, welcome back, everyone.
We need some pogs too.
Yeah,
Good work,
good.
Phreak, good work.
This is good. This is good. Yeah, we're
I really like the Afro interview, by the way. The thing that he was talking about, how he was getting frustrated at the AD carries that he played with not being as good of an AD carry as him.
Yeah.
It reminded me of even the Zven interview where he was talking about Berserker, and he was like, we should pick this champion here, and it will counter this, and we'll kill them in lane. And then Berserker was like, no, we should pick this. And then after the scrim, when they lose and they didn't kill them in lane, Sven's like, okay, what did we learn? And he was like,
Trust
yeah, I'll listen to you. Okay, yeah. So I love how their relationship is also, coming along there for Zven and Berserker. Definitely seem like this Cloud9 team is having fun.
I will say any relationship where the partner realizes that I am right is a partnership that I really enjoy.
Okay, yes.
It's fine if you have strengths and weaknesses. You just always rely on the strength.
Okay.
You know?
I'll agree with 100% of the things that you say this match.
Evil.
Genius.
Inside joke, but we are on to the rift now for Cloud9 versus FlyQuest, tied in the standings, although, to get twisted, Cloud9 were winless until Zven came back into the squad with Berserker. They have crushed every team so far.
Yeah, 3-game winning streak for the intended roster here for Cloud9. If we get right into the champion select, the champion we thought they were going to fight over the most, the Yuumi, has been banned away super early on here. A lot of bottom lane bans, a lot of support bans coming through with Aphromoo and Zven kind of fighting over dominance down there. I do like that Udyr's been added to the list also of bans here for Blaber, for Cloud9, bringing it back
Yeah, it's a good champ.
once again. So He always had so much of a threat, though. I was really partial to the old school Blaber Gragas jungle, and he already pulled it out once here. I think he is one of the best Gragas, jungles that we do have. He's always looking for those big first plays.
Please! I would love me some Velvet for Josedeodo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I actually plan on doing this when it came up. Like, I'm Phreak, that's Kobe. We have a third caster. It's the audience. Your input, very much valued, by the way. So the boo when they got up Velvet, more of that, right? Like, let us know your appreciation for the good and the bad.
Hey, the Gragas for Blaber!
Hey, we got it.
I swear, this man is so good at it, and it comes from the origins. Cloud9 Academy and Cloud9 internal scrims are where, way back when, they first really started abusing Gragas Yasuo. It was from this organization, from both of their LCS and Academy team, really utilizing it to its fullest, that then really just took over North America. So happy to see a return here. And again, Blaber very, very good with the Gragas plays. He's one of the biggest things. He's always going to go punish people that do not have flashes, and is also very good at the mind games of just body slamming at people and then just making them flinch, and hoping that they'll flash, expecting your flash afterwards, getting the free summoner spells. Ooh, it works very well versus Jinx too, Phreak. I have to say, Jinx is a great target for Gragas.
One thing that does surprise me, though, is that they left up the Twitch when we heard from FlyQuest after week 1, talking about, like, oh yeah, no, we think Twitch is really good in Zeri. You can watch the lane, you outscale. Twitch is open. Yeah, you can't Yumi, but like Twitch Lulu, very good. Like another, one of those, I would say just like second place right there is Twitch Lulu, and that would have been an available draft, but you could see that saying, no, we're going to play Jinx, going to play really safe backside, and then Cloud9 has the assumption that, well, you still need safety for the no escape. So because we have the Gragas, because we have the Yasuo, Tom Kench could have been your pick. So taking that one away.
Yep. Get that one off the table. They do need something to protect this Jinx. It's so hard to be like, all right, well, how do we protect our immobile AD carry against Gragas Yasuo combo? That's a difficult problem to solve. See what they come up with here. Maybe a Janna or something. Tornadoes and Disengage are very good. I feel like Janna is currently underrated in pro play.
I agree.
Definitely a very strong enchanter. Though the early Zeri too, the side effect of her being able to steal shields has so much value in the meta right now with so many enchanters flying around too. Can yoink some of those.
Ornn is the soft implication here with the Kayle ban. Gangplank as well, but Gangplank was banned earlier on by FlyQuest. But those are like the two counters I see most often Kayle is used for.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we see some Ornn, some Gnar as well.
Sure.
None of these things are going to be out of the ordinary. We could get the Gwen answer if we do see the early lock in there, though. Okay, that's some safety. Exactly. We were looking for how do you protect against Gragas Yasuo. Braum is decent at it because the length of your ultimate is pretty good if you can aim it where Gragas is coming from.
Come on, Berserker.
Berserker loves the fan.
Gragas top lane.
Flex pick. Hey, Fiora's still pretty good, though. I will take Fiora over Ornn versus Gnar, right?
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm on board here. Hey, there we go. Come on, Zven. Yeah, I mean, still some decent options, right?
Yeah, the Cloud9 really know how to play the crowd, okay?
Yeah, Nautilus hover.
Getting to work out here.
Woo! All right, Lulu grabs up here, and I will say any ranged matchup, pretty much pick a single one of them, always feels good. And a Braum, his engage is very lackluster. You can often just outrun it in the first place. So expecting a lot of lane control for the Cloud9 duo. This should look very good. They have some spicy solo lanes as well, right, with the Fiora, but they are blinding it here.
Yeah, I gotta say, this Cloud9 draft here is looking very good to me. I would be very happy if this was my solo queue team right now. FlyQuest gonna try and come up with an answer. The last pick, Jayce here for Philip. We'll see if they can get something done on the top side of the map decently early. Philip gonna try and utilize his extra range, get control of the brush over Fiora, maybe open up an area for Jose to work with. Because I would expect Jose to try and play off top triangle of the map here. Both solo lane matchups are definitely volatile, so Blaber and Jose, you're gonna have a lot of say in the early game of this matchup.
Yeah, you are, but gonna look forward to what happens in this game. because, yeah, I think you're going to have lane control top for FlyQuest, lane control bot for Cloud9. Both some pretty scrappy early junglers. We should see Jayce have control. And keep in mind, this is 12.12. Fiora was nerfed. The AD ratio on the passive true damage got dropped by about a quarter. That definitely matters. Cloud9, again, still happy to play it. Fudge, I thought, had an outstanding Fiora game in his split opener. Back in top lane, looked really, really good. Nearly carried the game, but couldn't quite get it over the line. The question is now, does Cloud9 rise up around him? Because so far it's been good. 3 wins in a row for Cloud9. FlyQuest, though, at the same record. One actual really heartbreaking loss. They really could have been 4-2. It was a very, very delicate throw at the very end against Immortals. So, honestly, on paper, a team that FlyQuest could beat. See if it's going to be enough now. The early Ahri in for toucouille. And are they up to the task now? Old blood Aphromoo has been in the LCS since the very inception. Facing off against Zven, who came in to support this very split. Of course, many years of experience himself. Onto the rift, and we go! Cloud9 versus FlyQuest.
Oh man, and that was, we got 1.5 of the Cloud9 chance out. I thought it was gonna get stronger. Come on, let's go. Ooh, actually we're gonna get a level 1 Braum invade. There it is.
There you go. Well done.
Ooh, I like the FlyQuest dueling in there, getting in the middle, trying to break up the rhythm.
Good. Yeah, Trisha recently joined Cloud9, by the way, former CEO of FlyQuest.
Yeah,
now
I mean, this is the trader match, right? Right on your screen.
Oh, come on, Berserker. Man, 0. No, I think he hit Braum once. All right, so on the board, 100% of the damage in this game. Right now, the stat snapshot it. Berserker, 100% of both teams' damage. Wow, just incredible the heights he has risen to in such a short time in the LCS.
Yeah, I mean, this kid is actually a monster, too.
Yes.
He's so fun. He grinds champs queue pretty much every single night. Always see him in there trying to get in early and staying late as well. So not only does he already have a lot of talent, but he's putting in a tremendous amount of work on top of it. Definitely good signs for Cloud9. Ward here from Fudge onto the red buff. Know that Jose has started on the bottom side of the map, and he's going to have a Lee Sin coming to him. So what that says to you as a top laner is you have to worry about several different timings, actually, because Lee Sin does not have to full clear. Of course, level 3 can be a very potent gamer, ganker as well.
Yeah,
and
both.
Can get out there for you with the, as early as 3 minutes, sometimes even 250. Top laners have to start worrying about their top side vision.
I want to point out the really cool optimization that Blaber did, though, as the observers showed us. He knows he can only use W probably 3 times on blue before he has to kill it, so delays the final cast so you can hit both that and Gromp. With a full patience bar, you can walk all the way over. He's okay at 540. Yeah. Slam will do 100 into the smite. Really, really cool stuff. Bot lane, though, hold on. We got a fight going on. Zven nearly to be stunned up. Gets that one indeed, and that's going to be pretty good damage. Watch it back, and this is going to be big damage. A flash forced out. A stun now on the AD carry. Berserker has to be careful. Not quite going to die. Blood goes to Johnsun.
Johnsun says, sit down, Berserker, get back in champs queue, because we're on the LCS stage right now. Aphromoo leading the way on that Braum, and they got just enough distance there with the exhaust slowing him down. Jose now finding Blaber on the invade.
Jose got the smite, so that is most of the chickens belonging to him. Only a couple went to Blaber. Now gonna try again for the red. Now the problem is smite is up for Blaber, so not really possible. Philip takes a slow, really good damage out of Fudge, trades back. Knows that, okay, a full combo, his riposte is down, I can get all of it through.
Yeah, but Fudge has the Duran shield and the potion, full real potion here, only to the refillable charge for Philip. So Fudge on this big pushing wave should be able to crash it no problem. Not going to be too worried about the Jayce damage moving forward. Meanwhile, off of that invade, they got extra vision. They know Blaber towards the top side, so that's why they're able to go for these all-in trades on top side of the map. But really the lasting effects, Phreak, we were thinking, oh, maybe junglers are going to head towards the top triangle. Turns out bottom side now with no flashes on either AD carry. That's prime territory, for ganks.
That is. We can take a look, though, at the fact that Josedeodo shows himself crossing over mid, knows the kind of path Gragas was on, know he was doing red. Like, okay, bottom scuttle. I can show top scuttle's mine as well, so quite a big lead. Yeah, the scuttles aren't worth as much XP anymore, but still feels like a pretty good start here as Jensen once again tries his trade with toucouille.
Yeah, it sets you up for a lot more to clear afterwards. Blaber's going to have time here because he was counter jungled. he has less of his own camps. So you can either force ganks or you can try and go for your counter invade. But really, until the Lee Sin cleans up the rest of them.
Huge damage. Flash force out of Jensen, an OTP for the reset. Zven, he's gonna lose! Slow! Can they get it to him? They gotta get the shot! It's Aphro, there you go. Aggression in the bot lane. Braum has the 2-0 start.
This is the most bloodthirsty Braum I have seen all year. Phreak, Aphromoo throwing those punches.
He's gonna look pretty good. The body slam flash ignite. They get a trade back. Cloud9 back on the board. And we heard Fudge talk about it week over week. It's not that the meta is slow, that teams aren't willing to take aggressive plays, and we see him here.
And it's right, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you do these invades and you're the jungler that gets, the unofficial camp lead because you've got more camps on your side of the map left to clear, you don't actually have the lead until you go clear those camps and actually make up that time and that difference. It means Blaber with his time, if he's still able to accomplish something on the map, i.e. getting a kill there, flashing in on toucouille, then he's actually just fine. He's not behind at all as a result of the invade, and actually your camps are respawning now a higher level than the original level 1 camps from Lee Sin. So unperturbed here. Blaber just in his lane, completely moisturized and chilling.
And first level 5 of the junglers. He's got, solid 30-second lead on that one. Zven slowed. Not too much more there.
Now, though, as good as Johnsun and Aphromoo have been in, exerting their will on the bottom lane here, forcing these plays, they do have to know that the junglers now will be swapped back down to this bottom side, so not overextend themselves. You saw Blaber kind of hovering around. He's waiting. Oh my God, they've been playing so aggressive all game. Maybe we can get a counterplay off here. But Aphro and Johnsun now adapts correctly.
Oh, he's gonna spot it. Hello, out of the red buff pit. Smite is down, and you can count smites, by the way. He should actually be able to know. Blaber does not have smite based on charges on his item, but will that be the play? Because they've got a fight going on right now. Blaber is still taking the turret, or the dragon damage, by the way, until he can jump away from this one. Flashes down, has to go back in. Engage comes in, Zven drops yet again here, as Berserker is zoned out by Flame Chompers, and that's gonna be a dragon. A freebie at this point, earned by a great engage. Thank you very much. 3-1 in kills, 1-0 in drakes.
Cloud9, it's all over the floor right now, Phreak. It's just full Cloud9 spaghetti. Blaber into the back of the dragon pit, takes about 200-300 damage worth of those flame breaths as he's just pinned in back. Then bottom again.
Cleanses it off, good sidestep. Tries to predict the juke, goes downwards instead of upwards. Berserker will live. Nice attempt.
FlyQuest. This is the best I've seen FlyQuest in summer, I feel like. This opening to this game is looking very good. Aside from the really well-positioned Blaber flash Gragas gank, which is super hard to avoid pre-6, especially for Ahri, FlyQuest have just been dominating here.
Really beautiful stuff, and we'll see if they can keep that pressure going, because we know the Herald's up in 40 seconds, and often you'll see a team, recall, rotate, and make that play happen then.
Yeah, I mean, take another look at it. Blaber does take the cone in. We're going to see Zven try and make his way over, but look at this, how difficult the collapse is for Cloud9. Blaber's constantly taking these autos from the dragon, and FlyQuest, they not only have the honey fruit, but they also are clumped as 4. And so Cloud9, when you're so spread like that and they're trying to make their way into the river, easy for FlyQuest to make the call. Aphromoo jumps forward, they get the Flame Chompers down as well, and they just turn on one of the sides. They focus fire and use their numbers advantage here to get a very early lead in the fight, and the rewards are so big. You win a dragon fight, you get not only that bonus, but a very, very healthy gold lead for themselves.
Yeah. And now members towards the top side of the map. Ooh, good sidestep during the tornado. Flash follow for a slow. Could be good enough. Jensen, the charm's going to land. No flash, no way out. And it's time to fall. Big Benson's going to be broken for a little while. It's going to be the Herald going over to FlyQuest.
Really, really intelligent play all game long here. You could see, as we were talking in the fog of war, both Jose and Aphromoo being so patient, waiting there. They're just waiting for the aggressive move from Yasuo. As soon as Jensen moves up, Jose and Aphro immediately collapse. It's just like, FlyQuest are playing 3D chess here. That's the regular form of chess, by the way.
It's a 2D game.
They're one step ahead, but use 3D pieces. They're one step ahead of Cloud9 at all times. And the LCS was touching on how Aphromoo, one of the longest standing support in the LCS, and it's for good reason. It's because he provides so much value as a shot caller and as a playmaker for this team on a very defensive support like Braum. constantly jumping forward, punishing both Zven and Berserker.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive. He's so long-standing. He's good thinking on his feet. And FlyQuest, Philip, walking away under his tower. Pretty good damage to the Fudge. Able to walk away, but a very heavy trade, and with no mana, not much health, Philip's gonna have a hard time. He does have TP. He's got a Josedeodo in his pocket, so this is a lane shove and a pretty safe recall. This will crash the turret, and it will be a slow push unless Fudge can push it quickly.
Yep, definitely going to be easy little bounce there. Jose going over to help out his top laner. Meanwhile, mid lane, though.
That's a flash required. He would have been dead otherwise. Had to flash over the cask. It would have been a easy dunk. So good by toucouille to survive. Still a nice attempt by Blaber because the much shorter cooldown that he burned, not a minute or two, got some damage.
Exactly, and that's what he's even looking for there. He's not even looking for the kill because he knows toucouille has flash, so he's just trying to get flash out. And this is what we were talking about earlier. On Gragas, you have so many tools to get mid laners' flashes burned, and he uses the easiest and lowest cost cooldown for him, just the ultimate. Saves his flash, doesn't even go for the body slam, and he burns toucouille's flash. So now you best expect a repeat from Blaber towards that Ahri.
Definitely. About a minute to go until he can do that one yet again. Keep in mind, Dragon is 1 minute away. One plate's been farmed in bot lane, but they've kept pressure, which means they can go for more right here. Hey, by the way, 3v1 pretty soon. This will not kill the turret outright, but if they're able to stick around, maybe zone up Berserker. With Zven coming over, they're not going to go for a dive. Johnsun will get some autos in, but looks like not much more yet. We'll find plate 2. Gold will not be shared by the Braum. Stay out of range. Yep, he never touched the tower, so does not get the extended gold range. Nearly killable to the Herald now. It will be below 1,000 with the charge.
Now, I'd like to see some wards placed for FlyQuest to continue snowballing. Up around this area behind the Dragon Pit, there's a control ward in the inventory there for Jose. Looks like he's saving it for a ward hop play, though, instead of using it to clear out some of this vision. I'm okay with that because he's Lee Sin, and you can make a huge ward hop play. He's got ultimate but no flash, so he's kind of holding it for the mobility. In the end, moves down, and they're going to be able to set up for the Dragon regardless of using the controller or sweeper to clear out the vision. So nice stuff here from FlyQuest. They get the Herald, execute the turret, get the entire turret gold. Yep. Dragon going to arrive on the Rift very shortly. Don't think they can get over to those wards that they just popped with the sweeper, though.
Yeah, so not only the turret gold goes over, an entire top lane wave was dropped by Cloud9. Fudge was traded so low he could not stay for a wave that Philip crashed. So because Jose showed up, helped him push in the wave, Philip had to team back to his lane, get all that going. He was able to shove one in that was entirely dropped by Cloud9, so another 100-something gold, several hundred experience also off the table that Cloud9 was unable to pick up because Fudge needed health. They move Berserker over, he does shove the wave in, but part of that will still be grabbed by the Jinx. I believe they'll get at least the 3 casters. And yeah, with the cannon, doesn't lose all that much, so indeed at least gets XP on that one.
Because he stopped to auto the mini Krugs, though, I think he missed the cannon. I think he probably could have got there for a zap range at least on the cannon. Technically a -1, but did get the Kruggy money.
Yeah, that's nice as well. Well, 2,000 gold lead and 2 Drakes to nothing. FlyQuest doing so well against Cloud9 in the early to mid game. Philip has, I would say, kind of maintained pressure on Fudge. Yes, Fudge's farm looks pretty good, but pressure-wise, it has looked pretty Jayce favored. Scaling, wait to see, of course, what happens, but round 2 of the 2v2, as now he gets a red buff, and Johnson's being given all of the gold. As he's wearing a Kraken Slayer, he's so far ahead on items. This 2v2 looks free for a while.
It certainly does, especially with how Aphromoo has been playing on this Braum, continually making the Cloud9 bottom lane give up ground. Right now, C9, right now, oh my god, he actually did the last hit on the last one. C9 bottom lane do have all their summoners for defense, but they are definitely in fear of the move.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. How much damage are you willing to deal? Because Cloud9 really cannot trade back against you. Rocket Form is a pretty safe turret shooter. Unfortunately, it does have AoE, so Berserker, yeah, good damage. Zven is quite low. But as long as Zeri sits next to the turret, you can only auto once. You have to drop aggro because you'll pull it, and it makes that turret siege a little bit slower. Nice try there against Aphromoo.
I always love, too, when we talk about Aphromoo and his stories, how much he does for bringing up younger AD carries. And Johnsun really wanted to play with Aphromoo. They both wanted to play with each other. And for them to be reunited here on FlyQuest and having this success, definitely a heartwarming story, as well as Jose and toucouille come over to help them.
Blaber's waiting. Berserker hit with the chopper. Is going to cleanse. It goes in for the damage. Will it be enough for the shield coming up? Braum keeps his team safe. Won't get any more of the zap. Just the cleanse out, honestly. Pretty good safety for Berserker.
Yeah, and pops the ultimate there as well. A little bit of a cooldown also invested, but whoo-wee, look at that FTX total gold graph. It is Johnsun and a bunch of peasants.
To be fair, though, the 4 peasants on Cloud9 are better than the 4 peasants.
That's true. The Johnsun serfdom is taking too much gold in taxes. For the
There's
rest
a
of the
couple
team.
of there's a second cast, you know.
Yeah.
It's solidly middle class, I think, for Cloud9 here, but certainly, yeah, there is a barony here, and it does belong to Johnsun. That's going to be knocked down. 84 gold for the cannon. As you move towards what looks like Hurricane or Rapid Fire Cannon. No further daggers in a Phantom Dancer. What's interesting is your best clear build is actually Kraken PD. The attack speed is just so good for getting the true damage procs more and more often, but no hard tanks really on the roster right now. Fudge running away because there's no way a Jinx would chase you otherwise. Gets the ulti for a bit of move speed, flashes away to stay safe, gets out.
Pretty good exchange here. Fudge trying to transition into split pushing there for Fiora. I think should be able to complete Gore Drinker when he goes back. Is going to also have Unleashed Teleport. Yep, there's the Gore Drinker complete. Regardless, Cloud9, because of his flash blown on bottom and the attempt from FlyQuest, they do pick up second Herald, and they actually really do need that to get their first turret destruction of the game and start catching back up in gold so they can actually fight FlyQuest.
No bounties just yet, but still 500 gold is pretty meaningful, right? You walk back a fifth of the gold deficit right now. Minute and a half till the third Drake. I'm curious if Cloud9 even feel like they can fight. Not yet onto one full item. The Zeal sidestep, not a bad choice by any means, but it does delay the shield bow of Yasuo. Has time till he has to recall. Actual gold-wise, he's not close. He's ultra not close to shield bow, so Jensen will not be able to get him to Mythic. If that's the play, then yeah, if they're playing out of spikes, they can't play for Dragon 3.
Yeah, I think Cloud9 right now are just in farm mode. Jensen has Zven behind him though, so they go aggressive.
A lot going on here. Philip's gonna flash. There's the block for Aphromoo, but Ignite is still on. Ulti lands, the shot on Zven! Gets the flash follow. Aphromoo gonna look for a stun here. He's got Josedeodo. That's gonna be a kill. That is definitely gonna be a dead Lulu. Sidesteps the Q still. There's really no way you live through this one. Josedeodo is the conqueror and gets one back on the board.
So they expend a lot there to get a kill onto their support. Jensen really wanted that one. Maybe then, you know, that actually does make up a lot of the timeline there to try and get him to his shield bow. But FlyQuest still get the return kill right back around, and they get to push mid as well. Anytime Johnsun is alone with Berserker, that's good stuff for FlyQuest, because he can push in on these towers, utilize that rocket range early on, and just push him off objectives. So I think Cloud9 should have been in pure farm mode. They try and make a play to get money onto Yasuo, but it does cost them across the map.
And they're gonna get mid-outer as well. That's pretty beautiful. Third Drake, I think at this point, a formality, earned off of how well they played the preceding 30 seconds. And Philip even burns his TP to shove in bot lane, but we're gonna see Cloud9 go for the cross-map. toucouille diligently stays in the top side, knows that Cloud9 will go for something up here. His ult's up, his flash is up, his ignite is up, has some action, but be careful, Blaber will find a bit of a slow. Is going towards an AP build himself, then a Harvester is in. They will try to turret this on the map. So that is the Herald being put to good use.
Yeah.
Second tower, maybe a possibility. When are reinforcements coming? Actually not going to shepherd it in, which a little bit surprised me. Yes, okay, Braum is here by now. Hexagates actually make that a bit more troublesome.
I think the reset is actually really valuable for him right now. Wow, they don't even need. Also, Shelly can take over her own business, Phreak.
Apparently so. toucouille, unfortunately, does not quite time the auto attack appropriately. Does not pop the eye that had opened right before the charge.
All right, so here's the attempt. With Zven coming up, Jensen's like, all right, we can definitely chase down Philip. Aphromoo makes it pretty dicey here. And then even as the exhaust is ticking, Zven sees that there's a potion being chugged by Philip, so he flashes forward to make sure they can actually get the kill and secure it. Does cost Lulu the flash, and then also it's going to be the trade kill over to Jose. So kind of rough for Cloud9 there, because they really wanted that money actually on the kill credit onto Jensen. He'll take, yeah, the assist money, but still going to be a while for Cloud9 to really make up this difference. Johnsun is just so rich. 2 items here. Hurricane completed on the Jinx, and this is well in advance of their Dragon Soul fight. 3.5 minutes left on that timer. Pretty quick pace here set by FlyQuest.
For sure. The part that matters to me, though, is what does item 3 look like? Because VF Sword is not the most absurd third item spike. I assume in 3.5 minutes, Berserker's going to get to his second as well. And so at least in terms of like completed items, you'll probably have a spot where it's close-ish. The scoreboard looks bad. At least in items, it'll be reasonable. So kind of waiting for that timer right now. Until then, though, of course, FlyQuest completely run the map. Anything Johnsun looks at just kind of dies in front of his eyes.
I will say, Fudge, been doing some great work up there, buddy. I know you haven't been on screen much. He had the avoid getting picked off play. Besides that, though, farming very well on the Fiora. And that's kind of Cloud9's split push ace in the hole for later on. This is why, you know, they have the confidence. A lot of people right now actually have the confidence to just blind pick the Fioras. And Fudge has had a pretty strong return to top lane, if I don't say so myself.
Yeah, I think he's been really phenomenal. I think even in game 1, again, his Fiora game was very good. So Fudge feels like he's definitely playing a really good season. I want to keep that going because, yeah, he'll be a really big factor if Cloud9 are to succeed. Zven joined because he's like, this is one of the only rosters I can join where I think we have a good chance of winning the LCS. And yeah, I think that's true, right? This roster is undefeated. On the back foot here, certainly, but more game to play.
Certainly are, certainly are. That 3-game win streak in jeopardy right now. FlyQuest with 2.4 thousand gold lead, 3 dragons to their name. Kind of waiting to bridge that time. 2 more minutes until the Dragon Soul fight. There's just such a big reward in getting the Soul and very little risk for them to set up. They don't want to give over any big cooldowns or money to Cloud9 in preparation for the Dragon. And likewise, Cloud9 right now, if you can fish out any cooldowns, any flashes blown right now actually have tremendous value. Because then FlyQuest would have a significantly more difficult time winning that fight at the Dragon Soul. Yeah. 2 minutes is just such a good time to kind of throw out your ultimates, because you can trade ultimate cooldowns, try and get a flash cooldown, which is 5 minutes, and basically just trade up, do your preemptive work for the Dragon fight.
Yeah, unless you're level 6 TF, your ult's coming back in time. Yeah. You know, okay, yeah, sure, Shen, etc. But yeah, very few ultimates are that long.
If you're level 6 TF by 21 minutes, also,
it's a support
we
TF.
got other problems to talk about.
Listen, okay, there is a sign in the audience, you know who you are, who had the hashtag Azir support flex pick.
Hey, yeah. Okay.
I said no, by the way. I said no, by the way. We had agreement in the audience. You're cheering now, but we all know you didn't like it.
The best part of that sign are the little chickens there.
Yeah,
well,
it's good. He's a chicken emperor.
Cute little chickens.
They need crowns on their heads, or you didn't do it right. Just saying, you know, version 2 of the sign for next week. You know, but yeah, support TF would also be similarly trash, but by level 6 this point. But we tied it together.
The support TF, I think, is more trash because then you also don't even generate more gold out of your loaded dice passive because you're not CSing.
Oh, yeah, true.
So you're just getting negative power. Like, TF is one of the worst supports that you can have because you don't get to use part of your kit even.
Yeah. Smite Spellthief's top Gangplank, I think. Similar attempted record. Just do nothing for a while.
All right, baby. We got 15 seconds on that
Dragon
clock, though.
Soul. 10, 9.
They're not going to fight right when the Dragon arrives to the Rift.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the teleport's and we got the fight, baby. We knew what was going to happen. And there we go. Blaber is down. It turns out you can go to the LCS teams in a fighting. You don't need a Tucker Champions only button. You just got to count down from 10. Dragon Soul to FlyQuest.
We've just discovered some new tech here. We just discovered some black magic that I wish I knew in all these Immortals games that I was catching. I'm gonna use your power, crowd, for the Immortals game that we have coming up because we need the countdown to force fights. That would be so useful in those cases. I thought they were counting down the Dragon arrival, but the crowd was actually counting down the time until Blaber dies.
Yeah.
that was the live audio Blaber death timer.
Yeah. What if it's like the monkey's paw thing where it's like the finger curls and it's actually just someone kills themselves entering a team fight? I wonder.
I'm going to
I'll take
say
it.
Credit to FlyQuest for picking him off. Yeah.
Credit to FlyQuest. Dragon second early. We are at a 23-minute Dragon Soul. This is gonna
take
feel
a look
good.
at it. All right. Judgment will be held now. Was it int or was it pick? Okay, it was a little.
Hang on. Jensen, Philip, hello. Welcome to the LCS. And a solo kill.
Oh, the Bosco.
Oh my. No. Okay. Cask, run away. He's going to live. But FlyQuest just own everything now.
That was actually a really sick Blastcone play there by Jose to pop Blaber closer. Does get his flash, his ult, and his body slam out, and FlyQuest right onto the Baron.
I mean, the jungler's around, sure, but flashless, castless, good luck, buddy. They're going to be able to see him. Blaber's there, going to be marked by the Jinx, but they got to make sure they can keep him out of the pit. toucouille waiting in the wings. They find the engage. Here we go. Fudge to the front line. Don't come across from Aphromoo. Fudge walking away, will stay alive. They're firing the shots. And Baron's resetting. Cloud9, who expertly played disengage. They're like on the edge. Gets the buffs, cleanses the exhaust, stays up. He's still fast. He can find a bit more. Zaps up pretty soon.
Oh my god, I actually love this kid. 2v5, he's chasing him down, wants to pepper in as much extra damage as he can. Magnificent defense there from Cloud9, getting them off that Baron. That was very dangerous, considering, like you're saying, they have no playmaking abilities on Blaber. So they have nothing to actually force the kill for themselves, but enough damage from the outside, poking there onto FlyQuest, is able to do it.
Beautiful stuff. So we get to watch this fight again. Nice brush trap. Already at 1/3.
Really great stuff from the new promotion from FlyQuest, from their academy squad. Philip up here into the starting LCS spot. And they said when they promoted him, they really believe in his future. Very, very young player still, showing up. Now he's about to get attacked on bottom side of the map, though. 2v1.
There's the cast to the wall. Here's Fudge with the chase down. Good luck to us. Not gonna save you. That was instantaneous. What are you kidding me? He actually just lives. He actually lives. Thank you for buying armor. He's gonna get through it. And now here comes the Goon Squad. 3 versus 4. Jose gonna kick into the wall. Hello, I've got Zap missing, but Blaber knows he's done for. Josedeodo. Not gonna get much more than that, but still, 1-0. Philip lives, beautifully done.
Does cost them 1 turret on the top side of the map because everybody went down to go get that one. And so Jensen split pushing for Cloud9 gets some gold back for himself. FlyQuest, though, they're not going to let you throw everything at Philip on the bottom side and get away with it. They chase down the kill. They get the extra flash out of Zven as well. Berserker trying to get vision for his team. Good call here, though. I've seen so many people, especially even Cloud9 members, get baited in by crabs, Phreak.
What? No, I've never heard of a single time Cloud9 has overstepped for Scuttle Crab. Name 7.
I will not, sir.
Have you watched MSI?
I like to live in the present.
Yeah, well, right now, looking for a gift in the top lane, but no. Phil's able to walk away in time. Had reinforcements, Jensen maybe wanted the bait, but he doesn't go too far for that one.
All right, here's another look at the 2v1, how it started. Coming out of the brush here, they pop the Predator from Blaber. Fudge jumped forward. They ultimate him into the wall, and then he sidesteps just the W there. Able to sidestep the riposte, dodges out, and then the team comes to make them pay.
So really impressive how fast he got those 4 stacks across. Really beautiful. And yeah, at this point, Blaber knows he's done. So, all right, body slam, buy some space.
I mean, this is why I always actually really like when I see phase rush Jayce. It's super common now, but utilizing that move speed effectively, it's such a good both defensive and offensive rune choice for you to take for Jayce. You know, we saw him use both sides effectively in back-to-back replays. He gets the top kill on Jensen, flashes and use the phase rush speed there to use it offensively and get the extra kill onto Yasuo, and then defensive demonstration by Philip on bottom side too. So thank you, sir, for the instructional video. Yeah, back-to-back TikTok clips.
Yeah, true. We'll see more of them too. Still impressed by how fast Fudge got all 4 stacks up though. Definitely a mechanically impressive point of it. We don't have like a player to attach to in the way we have like Insec and whatnot, but the like 0.5 seconds 4 stack Fiora, definitely cool.
I mean, I though, like, I feel like the items proccing it is
cheating.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's fine, but it definitely does provide a tremendous amount of power there to be able to proc those with Gore Drinker and stuff.
Sure. Well, the top laner's fighting in the bottom side. Teleports up for both, but we still got the Baron setup coming in. Blaber over the wall. Here comes the first TP. Look for the fight now. When will Fudge decide to arrive? He's going to go for it a little bit later. TP finally now channeled. 2k health. Johnsun takes down Zven, and we look for Blaber, still spot on the wings. Can he get in? 3k. There it is. Picked up. Baron claimed by FlyQuest. Another immaculate fight where the objective goes to them and no deaths.
They have dominated this game. This is such a crazy good game from FlyQuest, Phreak. Best of summer for sure. They've got the Soul, they've got the Baron, they've got 9 kills on Cloud9, and they're not going to stop there.
I mean, Johnson finally caught up to Aphromoo's kill count.
4, 3. Wait, where's Blaber?
We're counting out his respawn time.
Yeah,
Elder
exactly.
Dragon is alive, and this is going to be a pretty easy fight. He's on the way, though. He is spotted. We got the Predator going on. Is it going to happen? You know he wants it. Fudge the round jump. Oh, that was freaking just beautiful by Josedeodo. Elegant to the last bit. The smite comes in. Thank you for the claim, Elder Dragon. Another objective belongs to FlyQuest.
Everything belongs to FlyQuest. Jensen trying to split push on top side against still there for Cloud9, but they've been trying to pick up just the scraps that FlyQuest leave behind and not able to do much with them. Objective bounties are up, so the scraps are worth more now, but they're way more difficult to take because both Baron and Elder Dragon on FlyQuest, they can do whatever they want.
Okay, no one's in that brush. That's what Sweeper's for. Okay, no one's waiting for me. They are going to the mid lane instead. Does not get spotted out. That turret, by the way, bounty gold is global, if I recall correctly, so as long as it was killed in any way, that would be some money in the pockets. Philip does not hit the minions. Gets the wave, though. He's fine. He's fine. All right, there's a long history of Cloud9 mid laners sitting in brush, sneaking by the enemy team.
Shout out to High Zed.
Exactly, 2014 against Samsung White game 4, I believe. Samsung Blue, sorry. We got the push now on the top side, though. Philip has pushed the wave in, and top lane tier 2 about to be attacked.
I like the call, actually, not to do 1-3-1. They're pulling toucouille over to actually force on mid. You've got Elder Dragon, so you don't have to waste your time with minions. Just walk right into the base. toucouille comes over, they 4-1 it, they're right inside, towers down, inhibitors down already.
You can't really get this one, honestly. What do you do with the gigantic gold deficit with Elder Dragon still on for a minute? Baron buff still on as well, 4,500. 5,500 on the Red Bull Baron power play. I mean, FlyQuest get whatever they want. Cloud9 on 2 kills. Have not got anything going on. Nice attempt there by Fudge, gets nothing. Top inhibitor will drop now as well, and honestly, you have to lose the least, which is guaranteed your base, but you hope to not lose the Nexus as well. Nice little bit of damage there, good poke. Both the dragons, honestly, add a lot to it. The Hex Zap, but now you have to fight. You have turrets. These are your last turrets. There is no better time to fight than now. The time has come, and they find the first engage. A big burst of damage, but it's not enough yet. Berserker fires in the back. Yasuo is dead. Gragas going to follow, and it's just too squishy. Fudge will drop, and they're going to keep going. It's on for 3 for the AD carry. Look for number 4. There's the snipe of quadra kill for Johnsun. Bot dip, right on their forehead. FlyQuest slam Cloud9.
Beautiful game from FlyQuest, my goodness. Aphromoo and Johnsun, from the moment minions spawn on this map, they are slapping Cloud9 around the map, constantly dunking on Zven. Aphromoo says, support is so easy, dude. And it actually is for him.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. The first defeat for Zven's support. The first defeat for the intended starting roster of Cloud9.
Yeah.
It is a well-deserved win for FlyQuest.
It is a 11-0 and 14 bottom lane. Aphromoo outkilled everyone except his AD carry. This bot lane was absurdly good. They slapped Cloud9 from the beginning. They got a 22-30 Dragon Soul off of how much bot lane pressure they had. Just... This is the most dominant 2-on-2 I've seen all year that I can remember.
Also, really well played by Jose in this as well. I feel like FlyQuest also had pretty good lane allocation, moving around the map, stacking up the dragons to make use of this big tool. I mean, every jungler loves playing with a bottom lane that's just dominating by themselves, but when you're given that tool, you have to make the most of it, quickly stack these dragons. They got the soul very quickly, moved over to Baron, absolutely controlled the entire map. Great stuff from FlyQuest.
Yeah.
Still celebrating over there.
They should. I mean, that was the most dominant win I've seen this week, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some
of these Immortal games, like
dominant win where the opponents fought back. Where like, okay, you did a lot, right? Like you went and took objectives. You were pushing the pace, and like they tried to keep up and couldn't keep up, right? Like that to me is dominant, not just like, well, I played League and my opponents didn't.
Yeah.
Like this is like we smashed some people and they tried. And so that to me is like, hey, really well done, FlyQuest. A great win to end on for the week. We're going to have 2 weeks, by the way, right? Like, there is no LCS next weekend.
Yeah.
So
they've got a long time.
They get bask in like, y'all thought Cloud9 was going the world's dog. You got to get through us, So it's cool to see that kind of step back up. Therefore, 3 they're going to be, easily top out of the standings. And then it's like, okay, what do you build on? You're going to come back probably for the 12-12 micro patch. A couple dollar changes there, but I mean, it'll be fun to watch them in 2 weeks' time because this team looks very, very good if they play like that. So after the break, high and took nasty. We'll be going pro to pro before we ready up for our final game. Well, our next game, CLG versus Team Liquid Honda. Catch you there.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay. How much for a collector's edition squishy pig with holographic cover art? I'm trying to save some cash.
You don't have to sell that. State Farm has rates that fit your budget.
Don't even look at my squish. Don't even look at it!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.